I got a question to pose to you. Is Turki Alalshikh good for boxing? Think about this. He's got his own agenda and he's got his own intentions for what he would like to achieve. That's to put Saudi on the global map as a boxing powerhouse. We've seen it very firstly with the Joshua Ruiz and then other fights, Tyson Fury, Ngannou. So he's got this agenda of where he has a massive budget and he can utilize that to get the best fights. So put Saudi on the global map, raises the standards of Saudi promoters, also gets some Saudi fighters up and coming. And just in terms of tourism for his country, he's serving very well. He's smashing it. But let's think about what this does for us. American boxing is not what it once was. It's not at the Mayweather era or the era of your Tysons where it was the big fights at the MGM, Vegas, Madison Square Garden. The UK kind of took over, you could say. So we've had so many massive nights. With Joshua really did put the heavyweight division and boxing on its back. But now we got this guy that's starting to flaunt the money in front of these fighters, which, give or take, they're earning career high paychecks. That's good. But what does this do for us in generations to come? Is it going to start to take away from what we started building in the UK? So for the promoters and for everybody now, they're looking at it like, yes, everyone's talking, we're putting these fights together, there's more fighters coming through. That's great for the top 20s in each division, or not even the top 20s, the top 10s. That's great for them. But what about fighters just coming through the ranks? Because to get from a standard pro level fighter to that stage is completely different. There are so many amazing fighters that are 20 fights, 30 fights, unbeaten. But if I told you their names, you wouldn't know who they were, just because they don't get those opportunities. So I'm starting to feel like, is this actually good for the sport? And our promoters, homegrown, can't afford to pay what this guy can afford to pay for the rest of these fights. Does that make sense? He can throw millions at it. He can form Zuffa Boxing, TKO, everything else with Dana White, and they can afford to pay these boxers and crazy, stupid money. But we can't do that. For the smaller fighters, homegrown promoters just can't do that. And look at like Ben Shalom, or boxer on BBC. Can he really compete with Saudi money? No. At least we've got Matchroom, and Matchroom, we could say, they've established themselves over years in sport. So has Queensberry. But then let's start to look at all the other smaller promoters. Can they do the same thing? So really, I'm like, yes, on one hand, I see what Turkey's doing. But then on the other side of things, is he good for boxing? Yes or no?